The following contains spoilers for Smile. Return of Disc presents Night of the Living Disc. Back at it again for episode 5. Joining me as always is the horror aficionado himself, Robert.
It's me.
And I'm your host, Dan, from Return of the Disc. Welcome again to season 1 of Night of the Living Disc.
The finale.
Season 1. And we picked one we both haven't seen.
Yeah, that was kind of important for us. We wanted to figure out one we both hadn't seen, you know. Add in, this will go down as our supernatural pick.
This is 2022's Smile. Supernatural? Possession?
Yeah, very, and just creepy all around, really.
Directed by Parker Finn, who wrote and directed this, and for me, I really enjoyed this, and particularly the first 30 minutes. I was like, I love this. I loved the movie the first 30 minutes. I thought it had so much momentum. That introduction where we see Rose treating the patient, which she just met, and we get the little backstory of how, or we're introduced on how this demon or possession of the smile of the character, whatever we want to call it, is passed on. And that intro really establishes that for me. I was like, wow, this is going to be a nice movie.
You know, I agree with you. Act 1, very strong. Act 3, very strong. Act 2, strong moments, but like overall, kind of a drag. I also appreciated how it was like showing the actual descent into madness, right? Like it started with small things, and like it was one thing that pushed you over the edge, like the party scene, which just took our main character into the abyss. But like even the movie itself started showing like the madness happening, right? Like it showed it with like makeup and showing like being completely exhausted and not sleeping for days. The camera work, I could see it getting a little more unsteady, like working with the main character. And even the music itself, like it started pretty light and airy, and devolved into that little like, just like background noise from hell, really. Like you'd hear like just like chimes or like just a little like, you know, she's having a moment and it's like ding, 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 just like.
Yeah, definitely. So basically Rose is a therapist and she takes on this patient who's...
Well, this patient's brought to her
this
having hysterical,
we follow Rose dealing with the being possessed. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was a unique angle, whereas, you know, you sort of usually have like the main character trying to solve the murder. I guess we're having that too in this a little bit. It's kind of a mix, or she's haunted, but she's trying to like escape out of this. I felt like she was trying to solve it or trying to fix it or she was trying everything not to go through with it.
Kind of like The Ring almost.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the whole you're gonna die in 7 days. In this case, it was a
4
kind
days
of shorter time limit. Yeah, somewhat shorter time limit. Yeah,
that's true.
I think she made it 5.
This was a large budget film. I mean, it's produced by Paramount, so I mean, this is a big studio film, and
it shows.
I came in, I had low expectations. A movie called Smile. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean,
the set, like the sets, the locations, all those feel pretty big budget.
Yeah, definitely. Felt like it was sort of Kubrick inspired. Some stuff with The Shining, particularly like the camera angles in nature, the upside down camera work, the atmosphere with the sound design. And there's also like echoes of Nightmare on Elm Street for me a little bit here. It's not a complete, you know, rip-off or anything, but it's...
No, I mean, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
like,
there's a little bit of...
not being able to trust yourself if you're awake or asleep type thing.
And then confronting what is possessing you.
Mm-hmm. The demon itself.
Yeah, that was sort of like, okay, that's kind of nightmarish-y.
Actually, that's a fantastic way to transition into how they do that, Dan, because that's what I was going to ask you about was those like upside-down shots. How did they do that?
Nowadays, since this movie was shot digitally in 2022 or 2020, probably 2021, drones, I would guess, you know, mounting the camera upside down and then having the drone track up the trees or behind the street or whatever the shot was. There was that cool shot, though, where they're going from outside into a building. Mm-hmm. Now, my theory on that, if that's one of the ones you're asking about.
That was my other one,
in the beginning, where it's kind of like Dark Knighting, where the Dark Knight started out with this wide shot of the bank, and they're going in, but this goes into the window.
Yeah, it goes
And-
straight through the window.
So my theory on that is, you have the outside shot, and then once you get to the window, it fades or cuts into the inside shot. It's 2 shots put together.
Okay.
And you could either do that with fading or transitions that are very tricky, or you could use CGI. Let's move on to
Movie tree? Okay. Want to start it?
Yeah, we have Kevin Bacon's daughter,
Sosie.
Sosie.
That is a interesting name.
I don't know what else she's been in, but she was fantastic in this.
Yeah, she really was. The only thing I found her in was 13 Reasons Why.
Okay.
That was her other big show she did. Also worth noting, she's only 1 degree away from Kevin Bacon.
That's ding, true. Sizzle.
Sizzle like bacon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just thought she was fantastic in this. She has quite a range of emotions.
I'm going to go with Kyle Gallner. Did a few episodes of Smallville back in the day as Impulse, Bart Allen. Also a horror movie guy because he was in Scream and the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot as Quentin.
And can't forget Red State.
And Red State, excuse me, I did.
He plays Joel, the ex-boyfriend of Rose. He's a detective as well.
Don't see as much of that part. Like, he gets assigned to the case and everything, so I guess really it's...
Yeah. She kind of uses him for information.
Yeah.
Basically what his character is summed down to. I'm going to go with Harold and Kumar, Cal Penn.
Excellent.
He usually does comedies here, and this is more of a serious role for him as like one of the lead psychiatrists. And it's...
Well, I mean, this is not too far removed from House, where he played the doctor too. So,
okay.
I mean...
I haven't seen House.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Wah.
I also had Jesse T. Usher of The Boys fame. He plays A-Train. He was also Captain Hillard's son from Independence Day 2.
Resurgence. Yeah.
I just say 2.
Yeah, he's Trevor, Rose's fiance. Yeah, I mean...
and Cal played Rose's boss.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly. That's not... Yeah, I said head psychiatrist, but...
Yeah, it's her boss, yeah.
Boss, for sure.
The only other pull I had from this was Judy Reyes. She's well known for Scrubs. Just such a recognizable face and voice and amazing actress. The scene she was in as a victim of this possession, not being possessed, but just having to witness the whole thing go down. Like, you could tell, like, you could see the brokenness in it. It was really neat.
Yeah, definitely. Just like, get the F out.
Carla, not Carmen. God bless it.
Carla!
Sorry.
It's all good. Alright, let's move on to He's Dead, Jim. Our favorite kill or kills of the movie.
And luckily, in this movie, there's really only 3 to choose from, right?
Did that surprise you? Did you come in expecting maybe more of a slasher?
I expected a little more eventfulness, yes. Like, not full-on, like, slasher, but, yeah, like, I expected probably at least 1 or 2 more, like, incidents to happen, because that's what the girl says coming into it. Like, she just gets this overwhelmingly feeling like this bad's gonna happen, and just... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I expected maybe more possessions.
No, because then to get the possession, you have to kill the character. So
True.
It's like, I'm not expecting more of that. I'm just expecting, like I said, more things to happen. Like, just have her see somebody randomly smiling in the street and there'd be a horrible car accident or something, something to work with.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Like seeing things would cause something to happen.
See, there's a lot of subversions in this where there's a kill that happens, but it's just her hallucinating or dreaming or whatever you want to really call it. And so we don't really count those. The only 3 real kills that happen was there's 1 in Act 1, 1 in Act 2, and 1 in Act 3.
Wow, that's very true. It's like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And it's plotted out that way as well.
So what's your favorite of those 3?
Oh man, I Got to go with the opening.
That's a
I
fair...
really think this was just a fantastic opening to a horror flick.
And absolutely brutal. And like
the way that Laura cuts her smile into her or whatever.
Yeah, essentially she gives herself a smile from ear to ear is what she does.
Hello, beautiful. That was.
And the only thing I have written down for mine is rest in peace, mustache.
Poor mustache.
God almighty, I had to go hug my cat. I really did.
It's an off-camera kill, though.
I didn't see any blood on the animal, so like you have to think that the cat got put in the box and sealed up, and so it suffocated.
Interesting. So was the train even the thing, or she bought the train? Didn't?
I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't really say.
Because that's the whole thing. She was wrapping up the train. You saw the train go in the box, and her starting to wrap it, and then everything happens, and she's pulled away from it. So you have to think that's when it happened, right? Is like either the entity or her being possessed or whatever put the cat in the box and finished up the job.
Yeah, and it traumatizes her nephew. And I kind of wanted them to lean into more into that. What happens to that nephew?
It did give you a
little hint.
It gave you a hint that something else was going to happen, because that's one of the things that went with being possessed, is that there was some trauma from the past that had happened that you couldn't get over. And so if that's what happens with the nephew, then like that's the traumatic event, was this birthday party. And it's just kind of got reinforced at a certain point in the movie where she's having a breakdown.
I suspect Smile 5 might be his time to shine.
Yeah, Smile 2 seems like what? Like the pop star? I think?
Yeah, I don't know how it relates. Yeah, those are good choices.
Apparently, I was reading that Gallner's coming back, so for Smile 2, so
well,
going to be a connection.
Prediction, spoiler, I don't know, guys. If I haven't seen Smile 2 as of this video, I'm just going to say he's in the beginning.
Just passing it on or something? Okay, yeah.
Because he left probably Smile 1 with
the thing attached to him.
Yeah, that's my guess.
That's fair. Most memorable movie moment?
Man. Okay, I can't use the opening again because I had that written down. I'm going to go with the hallucination that Rose has of killing in the hospital, where she goes in with that patient and that guy stabs him a few times. Cal Penn is watching. And then there's a point where that actor that plays the guy, he like enjoys it.
He switches it up. He's like,
yeah. I mean, that was a creepy sequence. I thought it was well done. And Cal rips his head off.
Yeah, rips his face off.
And it kind of leads into the finale where we see the big bad. And so I'm going to go with that moment. Wasn't sure if it was real or not.
I just put down Mama's house. Okay.
At the end?
Yeah. So, like, there were so many cool moments. The big reveal of the final beastie, or like his kind of true face, which, by the way, props, because I know that's an actual actor in a suit. Like, there's a really tall fella that did that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some prosthetics involved, like the arms and stuff, and like the makeup and all that. But like, just a wickedly great looking, like, demonic thing.
Much cooler than like Nick Cage and Long Legs for me.
Yeah. No shit. Oh god.
I had to say that.
Yeah. Here's another spoiler. Don't go see Long Legs. I fell asleep in the movie theater. Okay. I love me some Nick Cage. I have always loved me some Nick Cage. I stand by Nick Cage at his worst, and I'm talking Ghost Rider 2 when he's peeing fire worst. Okay.
But yes, that's a great choice.
But the big reveal, the true-ish face, the scene where they're fighting and she thinks she's killed it, and it's another one of those like moments in the hospital that you were just talking about, where she starts running to get away from it again. Like she encounters it again after she thinks she's killed it, and she runs away, and she just runs right out of this house she was in. And I think at that point she knew she was done.
Yeah.
Like, you could kind of see her demeanor change. She's just like, and then she sees another one of the characters. Here, I'll tell you what, we'll not give every spoiler away. No, she sees another one of the characters, and runs back in, trying to make sure that she doesn't pass it on to that character.
I had a couple other ones, like the voice recording scene reveal where she hears Rose and we see the Laura jump out at her early on. I thought that was a nice little scare.
The doctor / xenomorph thing.
It's almost time. Yeah, therapist. That was cool. Overall, though, how are you going to rate this one?
God.
On the
You would
match
ask me
rating
first.
scale here. You want me to go first? I can.
I've had the same two written down for about the last 20 minutes of the movie, right? And like I said, third act was probably my favorite part of it, and I want to bump it to mid-card main event. I feel it's a good spot for it, but I can also see if this isn't your type of thing, like if you're not a horror fan, like you were in it for jump scares and like and for big kills and like kind of if you're in it for a slasher level of horror, you're not gonna like it. You're probably put it about a 2, what we would call the undercard.
It's not Terrifier.
No.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah. Thank you.
Gore or heavy gore.
Yeah. This is a think piece, like with some very cool kills. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I'm comfortable calling it mid card main event, a solid like.
That's solid.
A solid.
That means it's a decent movie. Like
Yeah.
good movie.
Yeah, like I said, if you're
Not
if
great,
you're,
but good. Yeah.
if as I like to say, if you're doing like a horror like 3-pack, over a weekend,
Yeah.
put this right in the middle,
Yeah.
and you'll have a good
It's a
time.
solid rating. On the other hand, I really think this movie could benefit from having 30 minutes cut out of it. That's the negative of it.
That's that
there's
Act
a
2
lot
part,
of
yeah.
great ideas, especially with trauma. It's an idea. It's a great idea to use for a horror film.
Cut that entire scene of her eating a cheeseburger and onion rings out of it just entirely to be just fine.
You could. I like the lighting though in that. I mean, there's a lot of great camera work, a lot of great lighting,
Yeah,
set pieces. The
100%.
diner that was cool. I don't know. The music's great. The atmosphere. I really bought into the atmosphere, the feel, the sound design.
How it all
camera
devolves
work.
over time.
Yeah, I really.
Yeah.
And there's little, that she's got a smiling mug. There's a little chart in the hospital smile
Yep.
rating. So there's little nuggets, leading into the whole thing. Really well done. This Parker Finn guy, I haven't seen any of his work, but I think this is a solid film.
I would watch another one of his films.
Me too. This movie kind of inspired me now to want maybe to pursue making a horror film. So I'm gonna go the sides and negatives, and I really enjoyed it. The performances were fantastic to me. I bought it, every character. We even tried to do like the beginning of this, or when we had our little smile. It's hard to smile and be menacing. Opener is my rating.
Okay,
I thought it was a great film.
You thought I was going to drop it to like the
I wasn't
undercard or
sure
lower?
how you felt. Yeah, because I was like,
Before we started this, he said something along the lines of, "I don't think we're on the same page here," and I'm like, I don't know. I think we're kind of close.
that first 30 minutes, I was like, if this lands, this could be main event. Like, I was shocked, because I came in no expectations for this at all. I don't know, because there's the new horror films for me, whether it be Barbarian, Long Legs, whatever else has come out that's been kind of overhyped. I've gone in.
Yeah, every one of them says the same
expecting-
thing. Like, this is the scariest
this
movie
is
of
the
all
newest,
time.
This is new horror. This is new. This is groundbreaking horror, and redefines the genre. I came in low expectations, and I really enjoyed it.
That's what I like about Friday the 13th or A Child's Play. Like, it's a very simple premise, okay? Your killer's back. He's going to kill some people, and he's going to do it in weird ways, okay? Like, that's all it is. That's a slasher in its essence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I ever would have gotten this thing to opener, but in between like mid card main event and opener, I'm solid there. I can see it.
Yeah, I would have been freaked out in theaters. But anyways, we wanted to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of Smile? Have you seen the film? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, this has been Night of the Living Disc. So please hit that like button and subscribe to Return the Disc for more reviews in the future.
And hopefully a season 2.
Renew us for season 2.
We've
And
got
let
some
us-
ideas already.
Let us know if there's any movies you want us to cover in a season 2.
Exactly, yeah. We want to hear your opinion.
Could be an expanded season. Could be less episodes. We'll see what happens.
Do you want to see us go? Do you want to see us go further down the rabbit hole of like a certain series? Do you want us to do brand new ones like we did here? Do you want us to do more of certain topics like we covered creature features? We covered thrillers, all of that. Give us some talk.
I love it. We have a great lineup for this season. So thank you again, Robert, for being a part of this season. It's been fantastic collaboration. I mean, I love doing this. So.
Phenomenal. Happy to do it.
Yeah. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.